Welcome back to the Advance Wars 2 Situation Room playthrough. Next up, we've got an interesting map. This map, Rescue Ops, was actually made for Advance Wars 1 specifically. The original image for this map used the Advance Wars 1 tile set, and it was themed around Advance Wars 1 and how hard it was to unlock Nell. I don't even remember how to unlock Nell in Advance Wars 1 specifically, but I think you had to beat hard mode, and that would have been incredibly difficult. The CO we are going with is going to be... who should it be, actually? I haven't used Sonya or Colin yet. I think I'm going to go with Colin. And the reason I'm going with him is just so he lowers the prices of Neotanks. We're going to use Neotanks in the Advance Wars 1 themed map. That's going to be funny. So, the idea here was, originally there were 4 Green Earth infantry in this little hole, and they were controlled by Nell, so you had to rescue Nell, because it was themed around Nell being really hard to unlock. But, since you can't have a Fog of War in the Advance Wars 2 War Room, I decided to just drop those infantry completely and have it just be a 2-player map, because if there is Fog of War, then she can just sit here as long as she wants, and the indirects will never fire at her. But without Fog of War, you can't really stop the indirects from just blowing her up anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, no Green Earth team. I don't even really see the appeal of that, because if they're player controlled, then you just have to, like, you have to sit there and end turn over and over again, and that doesn't sound like very much fun. And, if they are AI controlled, then it's possible for them to just walk into range of the indirects and get blown up anyways, so that doesn't help matters. Anyways, that aside, we are going to basically, the idea is to rush to this base here and start putting out some powerful units from it. No real reason to go after this base or this airport, because Olaf's infantry will be all over them by the time we get there. In a previous attempt, he built recons, and that stopped my attempt to capture the base in the north. So instead, this actually worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to. I already have an infantry within range of that base, so that's good. Going for that base in the south is probably the ideal strat, and then we can just let the cash build up, and we'll probably have enough for a Neotank by the time we have that base in our possession. There are some recons. They might be annoying to deal with, but we can probably block them off by putting the APC on this road. Could I have... No, I could not have loaded an infantry into the APC. That would have been embarrassing if I had made a mistake like that. Now, it should be obvious that Olaf's got the advantage in terms of numbers, at least. So let's see here, this tank, I don't want to take unnecessary damage, and we've already got the base. So, that's that. We can start building Neotanks that only cost just under 20,000 when you control Colin. Even with that 90% income nerf that I gave to him, he's still a very fun CO to play with, because you can get the big units out quicker. Here we go. I certainly hope that I end up doing something crazy with Power of Money at some point, because when you play as Colin, you are just obligated to do something crazy with Power of Money, in my opinion. It all depends on how far along we get. So pull out, and this infantry is out of fuel. What do you know? Alright, so that tank is pretty much a non-threat now. Time for the second Neotank. He's got the airport now. And we also need some, we're also going to need some indirects, because I should have paid attention to that too. Because we've got to get rid of these indirects around the HQ if we want to capture it. Gosh, this tank is getting very resilient, and the infantry is out of fuel. Let's fix that. I can't believe I actually had to do that. So we need indirects. Gonna be a little bit slow being able to only work with one new unit out of that base. But it would take longer for units from the other bases to get down here. This was the easiest base to get. Now we're gonna see a couple of explosions. Can't do anything with those tanks quite yet. I would be in range of the artillery. Rockets for only 13,500. Everything's a bargain when you're playing as Colin. Actually, these are vanilla Hachi prices anyways, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. You could use him in War Room in the original vanilla Advance Wars 2. It is possible to ban certain COs out of the War Room, as you may have imagined, because I don't have Sturm. Like, I have him unlocked. I used to cheat to unlock all of the COs for this, but as you can see, he's not selectable in War Room. I actually banned him out of the War Room. So, this tank can't reach that city, so it's perfectly safe. Alright, now we should be able to begin our assault on the HQ. Those recons are completely useless. They are just going to sit at my HQ and, like, not do anything. And he built absolutely nothing, or did he build? He built a medium tank all the way over there. There's no enemy units up there, dude. Wow. Like, they still managed to amaze me. Not going to be able to get at any enemies quite yet in that area. So if we move here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Now it's going to take 2 hits to get rid of that artillery. Let's work on getting another rocket in here. Ah, yes, and we have blizzards to worry about as well. Fortunately, the indirects are already in good position, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, good idea blocking the blocking my Neo-Tank with your Neo-Tank, but it doesn't really help much. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is... What do I do here? I need to... Like, I need to be able to shoot at the artillery, but there's no blind spot for artilleries, so I have to, oh, I'll just... No, I can't capture. I can't capture because I can't make it to the city. Well then. That actually does throw a wrench in my plan, sort of. Alright, so something's gonna get hit by this artillery, and hopefully he doesn't shoot at my artillery. I hope he goes for the... He went for my artillery, of course. Well, I guess we'll have to take a couple of turns to, destroy him with a rocket anyways. Because he's gonna get 2 HP back because of that city. So, let's see here. I better get fuel for the APC. The APC is almost out of fuel. Isn't that crazy? Like, they have infinite fuel in their, somewhere inside of that truck is infinite fuel. So they really should just, like, siphon off some gas from wherever they're getting it. It really does look like Olaf is going to build all of his big units in the north, instead of in the south where they're needed. He doesn't have all that much money, though. Oh, he's building units in the south. Okay. Now we need to worry about this rocket as well. At least the rocket has a blind spot, but we can't really fire at these guys without taking a hit from the rocket. So what I will do is go like this, and... we gotta start repairing our artillery. Yeah, something tells me I should use Gold Rush and get another Neo-Tank. Especially since he's going to start cutting off our funds. Blow that up. Can't blow that up yet. Alright, that's one indirect out of the way. Now it is up to him. Oh, I know what we could do. This city is actually in range of both rockets, so even if I use a capturing infantry as bait, like he's still going to blow it up, and that would cost me a unit. Although we've almost got Power of Money ready. So it's time to let the cash build up for it, I think. And here comes another Blizzard. It's just like Advance Wars 1. He's using nothing but Blizzard. Wow, that's one powerful rocket. Olaf doesn't get a firepower bonus in the snow, does he? Not in Advance Wars 2, I think. That's a DS thing. Jeez. Infantry just can't move all that far in snow in this game. Yeah, I'm probably going to lose a unit or two here. Doesn't hurt me too much. I can afford one or two losses. Alright, the snow reverts back to normal, and something's gonna get hit by the rocket. Yeah, it was the tank. I figured it would be the tank. If I start capturing that base, I'll be able to distract the rocket, I think, because it's in range of the base. Yeah, perfect. So just get close enough. And he should go for the harmless infantry. I'm not even going to need Power of Money, I think. I'm gonna build some more units, though. Yeah, Rocket went for the infantry on the base, like I thought. Alright, I think we've got a pretty solid amount of money, so let's do Power of Money. Just because I want to guarantee getting rid of the rocket. I don't know how much guaranteed this will be, however. Enough to justify a money-back guarantee, you might say. Ah, that was a terrible pun. That didn't even work as a pun. Alright, so that guaranteed getting rid of the rocket in one turn. That's good. And that's all we need. We win Rescue Ops. And just in time, too, because our bases were getting captured. Ah, it almost reminds me of another map with Colin from the Advance Wars 2 campaign. Guess which one? I hope that was enough power and technique.
Mission complete.
Or in speed, rather. Technique is fine. Alright, that's an S rank. I was worried a moment when the power counter stopped at 85, but it was enough for the S rank, so that's good. So that's Rescue Ops. Pretty interesting map. Took a little while to beat it. Guys, I think we did it. We finally found a map that is going to puzzle and infuriate me, so this should be fun. This is Ray Doomsday. I'll just let the map speak for itself because I'm tired of giving the backstory over and over again. A selected CO is Sonya. There's no real reason for it. So I have the dialogue from Advance Wars 2's final map playing in this map because the dialogue controls the Death Ray. Yeah, you see why it's called Ray Doomsday now? So if you do not have any dialogue, I think this thing fires every turn. But with the dialogue, it will fire in a controlled manner every 7 turns, just like in the final map of Advance Wars 2. So in Saru Marine's version of this map, there was no Death Ray. It was just a block of pipes with an HQ in the center and a pipe seam blocking it. So, yeah. It was a pretend death ray instead of a real death ray, but I've given this map a real death ray. And what's very, very annoying about this map is that your HQ is in a very vulnerable position. I have to actually send mechs up to the HQ in order to stop the enemy from capturing it. And, you know, it could be captured at literally any time, and it's right in range of the death ray. Which makes this even worse. I know that death ray was not something the original map design accounted for, but still. Alright, so I know the infantry is going to capture, so it should take just 2 mechs to destroy it. Yeah, something tells me I should have selected Adder, because at least then his powers would be able to make me move faster, and that would be immensely helpful here. Like, Adder is normally such a bland CO, but I can see him being very effective in this map in particular. Alright, so now we just let the cash build up a little bit, and then we can start building Neo-tanks. Because we got the money for it, we might as well. Actually, a strategy you could use is to just leave the capturing infantry there, because it's just going to keep capturing for 2 points over and over again until it's done. But we have our mechs here now, so let's just go ahead and destroy it. This tank is going to fire at us, and I want my mechs on the left side so they can duck out of death ray range on the next turn. Because that's when ye old death ray is going to fire. Alright, looks like we're safe for now. Just get everyone out of the laser's path. Isn't it amazing that Lash can create such an amazing invention as a laser that only damages her enemies? Like, how does the laser distinguish between friend and foe? I don't get it at all. Alright, Neo-tanks are coming. And nothing's in range of the... By the way, I edited that in. I mean, it's a giant laser, so you have to make a reference to the laser collection in, like, 2008 or 2009. I believe the ROM hack, now that I think about it, I think the ROM hack had to have come out in, like, 2010 or something. The comic definitely started in 2007, but I think the ROM hack idea came about in 2010. Oh, Sonya's bad luck strikes! I thought I'd never see that happen. Wow. 100%, and he lives on 1 health. So that's Sonya's bad luck. In case you were wondering how that worked. Right, so now we need to block the HQ so that nothing can capture it, because there's always a chance of an infantry doing a sneak capture. And this has costed me many attempts, actually. Like, I've had to re-record this entire spiel about the origin of this map and why there's a death ray up there, like, 4 times now. Alright. So at the very least, they will waste their turn if we, move off the HQ, so they can attempt to capture. So I will... What turn is it? Nowhere near ready for the laser to fire. So I will just, fire at the mech first to weaken it. Maybe the tank will go off to the side and go for this infantry instead. I'm pretty much, I've pretty much accepted that I'm going to lose a unit or 2 now, and we can destroy this other infantry. So that's fine, we're safe for now. What's the next course of action? Probably to seize this base. Let's go for some artillery, because I want indirects. And you still gotta keep that time limit in mind as well, because that time limit is gonna be there too. Alright, so the tank was drawn away from the HQ. That's good. Alright, time to make a move on their base. And I'll just let them take those buildings. I don't think I can stop them from getting them. We can get to this artillery, and we won't be in range of the other one. That's good. This is fine. Do we get rockets or a Neo-tank? I think I'm gonna do something with the rockets. I hope I can get up there in time, though. You only have 7 turns to get your rocket up there and fire at the death ray. Because that's what I'm going to do, by the way. Spoiler alert. I'll move my units like so. I think, if I do that, then the tank can't fire on the weakened mech. Perfect. If we're lucky, we should be able to get the rocket into position to fire on the death ray. No guarantees, though. Oh, there's an enemy rocket coming for me. That's not going to be good. So I'll have to get rid of the tank this way. What turn are we on? 12. 2 more until the death ray fires. Not good. Actually, you fire at the infantry, and... it looks like the rocket strategy isn't going to work. We may as well just take our Neo-Tanks and fire on the death ray by going around this way. It doesn't look like it's too heavily defended, at any rate. Time to build up the HQ's defense. I should have had something ready to fire at the rocket. That's not good. But the death ray is going to fire on turn 14 anyways. So what can we do? I guess... why don't I try that thing I was talking about? I'm going to let the 3 HP mech capture. And, hopefully this won't hurt too badly. Something tells me I should divert my own Neo-Tanks to defending the HQ, because it's getting awfully crowded over there. Yeah, this looks good. So I haven't lost a unit yet. Oh, I'm about to lose it. That was unfortunate. Alright, Death Ray's firing on the next turn, so... I better defend this section of the map too, but it's just a pair of infantry, so whatever. I don't want to be in Death Ray range. Sonya, your bad luck has struck once more! Alright, I think we're safe from the Death Ray, though. See, my tank could have fired at this tank if Sonya's bad luck hadn't decided to just strike right then and there. Oh, the Death Ray is going to fire on these infantry down here. That's unfortunate. Alright, just blitz right past these guys. And we'll be ready to fire at the Death Ray ourselves in just a moment. So, a tricky map to play in. I did not mean to buy that infantry, but whatever. Alright, so she's not only got the Death Ray, but she's got Prime Tactics as well. So, who knows what could happen here. So this ended up being a rather tricky map, all things considered. I'm surprised I'm doing so well with Sonya. Normally a very weak CO if you don't have Fog of War on your side. Ah yeah, we're gonna lose some now. and she's not joining her mech onto the mech on the HQ. So, what I think I will do is, I may as well activate Counter Break. Not that this does anything in particular. It does let my direct combat units fire first if Lash also attacks with direct combat, but that doesn't really matter too much, because most of my units now are indirect. And so are most of hers, as a matter of fact. Gotta get some more units out for technique, though, because I'm starting to get concerned about technique. Sonya! You did it again! Come on, we've got to get over there. Lash has to, like, not build anything from this base in order to, make it so we can actually, like, fire at the Death Ray. Oh, nope, she built another APC. This isn't working. But I've got to move a lot quicker than I am now. Alright, time to get the rocket into position, which is going to be difficult because of the terrain. Another Neo-Tank. I'm just gonna let the APC move off of that building. What turn is it? 16. It fires on day 21. At least power's looking okay. Alright, in infantry. I think Neo-Tanks can handle an infantry. Or not. Yeah, she's just gonna keep building off of there, so I have to get the rocket into range to at least get rid of the unit on the tile. Methinks I should have selected Grit in order to snipe at the Death Ray from very far away. It's just so much terrain here. Day 17. Okay, so she didn't build anything there. That's good. All that complaining I did was worth nothing. Alright, so I think we basically win now. I'm going to join the Neo-Tanks in order to get their ammo back, because joining also combines the ammo of the two units. Now we can really let them have it, because there's nothing they can do now. Oh, tank's out of fuel. Whoops. Alright, so that is Death Ray Doomsday. I'm just going to build more units for technique. I think power should be okay, but I don't know about speed. And you actually, because in the dialogue for the original map that this dialogue comes from, you actually can't skip this dialogue. So I have to actually click through all of this, and that is actually a pretty huge flaw in my opinion.
Mission complete.
And that's that. Death Ray Doomsday in about 20 or so turns, and it's a perfect S rank, so I never have to play through that dialogue ever again, and I never have to click through it again unless I play through Advance Wars 2, I suppose. 19 turns. Thought that was about right. And now it's time for the final map of today's trio. It is called Steeple Keep, and it's really, really weird. That's what I'm gonna say. CO selection is going to be Kanbei, just because I think this would be really hard with anybody else. Like, yeah, this is kind of weird, isn't it? Because you've got several units that are just stuck between really high-powered tanks. Like, what is the idea here? What is Yellow supposed to do with these units here? Very, very odd. So, I've selected Kanbei simply because, like, I don't really see how you're going to do this with anybody else. So let's start by building one infantry. I've got to save up money for an APC. Kanbei's APCs are so gosh darn expensive. And with this recon, we will... what will we do? Probably just pull it back here. So it should be pretty easy to figure out what the idea is here. I'm probably just going to, like, leave those tanks there and go for a swift HQ capture. With Kanbei's high-powered defenses, it should be a cinch. I could have selected Sammy, but I prefer having the high defense of Kanbei. That's what I want to say. I actually think these tanks, I think I set their AI to just sit there and not move unless there is somebody in attack range. And if that's the case, then I think I'll be fine for technique. I won't lose nearly as many units as I thought I would have. It looks like that's definitely the case. Oh, and we also have missile silos, because why not? I think that's the idea here, actually. Use the silos to weaken the high-powered enemy units before you move in on anything. So in the meantime, let's let the cash build up, and we're going to need to repair our current units as well. And here comes the first silo. That's going to leave a mark. And they've got an airport as well, but Max has very, very little amounts of money. I just don't get what the starting units were all about, because there didn't seem to be much point to them. Alright, let's see what Max does with this. It's got an anti-air now. I suppose I may as well join to get some of my money back. There's not going to be much going on here until I get to that airport. Right, so let's get rid of this anti-air before it causes too much trouble. Oh, didn't see that recon coming. Surprised he had one. Did he build an air unit? No, he did not. I hope he does build air units, or else this is gonna get boring. At least my power score is pretty much in the bag. Oh yeah, he's building landers. Still doing it. Although he could get a mech onto this little area here and start firing the silos. I don't think that's going to happen, though. In fact, let's prevent it. Now he can't unload anything at all. But the lander could easily block the infantry, but I don't think he's smart enough to do that. If he was smart enough, though, that would be crazy. Okay, so he wasn't smart enough. Let's build... we could build bombers. That would be fun. Well, I want to get the T-copter out there first. Okay, we can do this. Artillery's not going to be in range to fire, though. Okay, the transport copter is all set. Now let's make some bombers, because we need a power score. I suppose once you get past the initial, like, attacks, then this isn't really a difficult map. In Advance Wars 2, anyways. Again, I have to stress that this was made with Advance Wars DS in mind, so it's very possible that this could be even more of a monster. But in the original, like, image for this map, it says to use pairs of COs in Advance Wars DS, which, as you know, would enable tag powers and a bunch of other stuff. Okay. Oh, with that artillery in the way, I'm not going to be able to capture because I'll just get fired upon. Max built-in artillery, that's nuts. I mean, I know the AI doesn't really care about CO abilities all that much when it determines what units to pick, but still. Right. Start weakening his units a little bit. Protect my guys. Oh, Lander's in the way. He's got the artillery blocking the HQ, which is weird, but that leaves him vulnerable. So I think it's pretty safe to say we've got this in the bag now. That initial technique deficit is... I only lost 2 units? Huh, what do you know? Only 2 units lost. So, I guess this isn't that hard at all in Advance Wars 2. But it was really weird. You probably agree with me there. Oh, I've drawn the medium tank into range. Oops. Let's see, anti-air in range? No. Just one more turn, though. Oh, there's a mountain there anyways, so the recon couldn't fire anyways. What was I trying to use the recon for? Kanbei was probably still a good choice for this. Because that increased defense was helpful for making it easier for my units to survive. Oh, we have max force, though. So maybe not 100% guaranteed survival. Could lose another one to any of these units, really. Yeah. One more unit lost. So technique is not going to be perfect. But hey, let's use Samurai Spirit anyways. Hey, did you know that in Advance Wars 2, if you use Samurai Spirit and you have a unit on either a mountain or an HQ, they literally can't be damaged because Samurai Spirit gives 50 defense, powers give you 10 defense, and HQs and mountains give you 40 defense. So that's 100 defense. You technically cannot be killed under any circumstance under those conditions. So it does kind of let even Kanbei do a sort of victory march. Like, not a total victory march, because the unit still has to start at maximum health when it starts capturing. But hey, fun fact. I don't think that works in Advance Wars DS because they may have nerfed Samurai Spirit. I don't know. I don't remember the specifics. But hey, that's that Steeple Keep completed in about 14 turns. And we still got an S rank. It was just 98 technique. So that's good. Is my controller going to work? Ah, this thing. This thing is bugging me. Come on. Alright, so it's stuck here for some reason. There we go. Oops. Might as well cut that out, because you don't need to see me messing around with my controller. Alright, so that's Steeple Keep, and that is the end of this trio of maps for this video. I'll see you for the next series of maps, which were made after Days of Ruin came out. All of the maps up to this point were made before Days of Ruin came out, so now we're going to see some that were made afterwards. So I'll see you later for that.